One of the tasks you're going to do most frequently on this site is add and remove images from the hot list and unique finds pages. So I'm going to walk you through that process. Both the hot list and the unique finds page work the same way. So here I am editing the hot list page, and you see that there's this placeholder image here, and this is just letting you know that there is a gallery here, but it doesn't actually show you the gallery. To edit the gallery, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and there's this box here labeled File Gallery. And down here are little thumbnails. These are all of the images in the gallery. So let's add a new image to the gallery. We do that by clicking on this button here, and it's unfortunately kind of hidden in the middle of the row of buttons, but when you hover your mouse over it, it's labeled Upload New Files. So if we click that button, it brings up this drag and drop box. Now before you do this, make sure that you have sized your images so that they are 1120 pixels wide by 740 pixels tall. It's very important to get the images to be the right dimensions. If you don't have an image that's big enough to do that, at least make sure that it's the same proportions. So 1120 pixels wide by 740 tall. And I have one here that I've prepared, so this is the right size. And I just drag and drop it over here. And once the image loads, I can fill in all of this information about the image. The title, by default, the title is the same as the file name, and you probably want to change it. For instance, in this case, you can see that it looks like this is probably a part number. Somebody might be able to use that title to track down what vendor and what part number, so you don't want to give away any trade secrets. So make sure you change this title, and let's call it Holiday Fleece Blanket. The alternate text is also an important field. If someone is using a text-only browser, for instance blind people or people who have trouble seeing, or if for some reason an image doesn't load on a website, this text will show up in the image's place. This is also the text that search engines use to index the image. So it's important to have something reasonably descriptive here, and actually in this case we can probably just use the same thing as the title. Then it asks for an image caption, and the caption is what shows up down here underneath the image. In most cases, I think it's probably fine to use the same text for the title, the alternate text, and the caption. The description, however, let me show you what happens with the description. On any image on these pages, if you click on the image, you see a larger version of the image, and down here is some longer text. This text is the description. So you can type, you have room for a lot of text here if you want, so you can just put as much text as you want about what a great blanket this is. And this is nice, you know, in cases like this, there's, like I say, room for lots of text describing the product in a lot of detail. You don't want a link URL for any of these images, so make sure you click none, or make sure there's nothing in there. You don't need to worry about media tags, and you don't need to worry about the alignment or the size. So when you're done filling in all of this information, click Save All Changes. And it does get confusing because there are all these different things you can do down here at the bottom, and if you're working on a post or a page, you want to insert into post, but in this case you want to click Save All Changes. And it's taking it a long time to save it. Okay, so once it's saved. You can close this, and now this box refreshes and you see here's our new image that has been added to the gallery. So at this point we can just click Update and it will save the page with that new image in the gallery. And I'm going to come over here and refresh this page so we can see what it looks like now. These images always are listed in random order, so every time you load the page they show up in a different order. But now you see we actually have too many images and we've got this awkward one all by itself down here. So we want to remove an image from the gallery. And that's pretty simple. Scroll back down here to the gallery. And when you hover over each image, each little thumbnail here, all of these little icons pop up. So in this case we want to click this red circle, which stands for delete. So I click that and then it asks me, do I want to delete or detach? It doesn't really matter which you do here. It's probably slightly better to hit detach. The difference is that delete will remove the image from WordPress for good and it's gone. Detach just removes it from this page. So the image will still be in WordPress, which means later if you want to get to it, you can. I'll actually walk you through that. So let's just click detach and it asks you to confirm, and yes, we really want to detach it. So it's detaching, and now you see that our gallery doesn't have that image anymore. Now let's say we want that back. Maybe this is a seasonal product that we want to put up every fall, or maybe it's something that we had on unique items that now we want to put on hot list. So I'm going to go back to this upload files link that we clicked on before. And I'm going to click on Media Library. The Media Library is where WordPress keeps all of the images you ever upload. So you can see there are a lot of them. There are 21 pages of media, so it's easiest to do a search. And it's thinking about it. And there's still 3 pages of images that have full in them. So let's see if we can find the right one. There it is. So if I want to put this back into this post, I can click Show, and you know, here are all the details about it if I want to edit the details. To insert it, I click this, check the little box next to it, and then click Attach All Checked Items to Current Post. And that will add this picture back into this gallery. Now, if you want to edit an image that's currently in the gallery, for instance, I noticed that there was some odd formatting on the description for this image, you can just hover over the image and click this little pencil icon. And here it gives me all of the information about the image again. So I can take out that funny line break, and I can click Save and Return. And now I've edited that image. So that should take care of most of what you need to know about how to edit the gallery images. There's still a few other features I want to show to you, though. If you want to delete multiple images, if you click on, when you hover and click in this little box right there in the center, you can tell by the red border that I have now selected several images, and that there are options here to check all or uncheck all of the images. And then there's a button here that says detach all checked. So if you're trying to get rid of a whole bunch of images at once, that makes it a little bit faster. If for some odd reason you end up accidentally deleting the gallery so that this placeholder image is no longer here, to insert the gallery again, make sure your cursor is at the end of the page content, and then just click Insert a Gallery. And the default options should be what you want, so don't mess with these default options. One last thing is that this very last button here is help documentation, and the help documentation for this plugin is quite good. So if you're confused or need some help that I haven't answered here, you can open this help document.